Subscribe to this YouTube channel and please enjoy watching this video. Here we go. Over the years, Liverpool have arguably made some of the best deals ever seen in Premier League history. In less than 5 years, Jurgen Klopp managed to assemble a side almost from scratch that was capable of challenging for and winning Premier League and Champions League titles. There has been enormous pressure on the club to keep spending in order to ensure they keep pace with an almost free-spending Manchester City side, who have pipped the Reds to the league title multiple times in recent years. But for the most part, the club hierarchy have kept a level head and only made necessary deals for the right price. But which transfer windows during the Klopp era have been the best, and how do they compare to the business under managers such as Rafael Benitez and Brendan Rodgers? Well, join Dugout News YouTube channel as we count down Liverpool's 10 best transfer windows, summer or winter, of the Premier League era. Ranking factors. It's important to note that the transfer window as a concept was only introduced to the Premier League in 2002, so any season's dealings before that date have not been included. This list has been compiled based on a number of factors, including the short and long-term impact signings had and how much value for money the player proved to be during their Liverpool career, how much money was raised by sales of players and how well-timed those sales were and net profit garnered over the window. It can also be based on how important that business was for the immediate season, or the second half of a season if it's in January, that followed. Individual signings will not always outweigh the business that goes alongside them. So, for example, the £20 million acquisition of Fernando Torres was a great signing for the Reds, but that window doesn't make it into this list due to the wasteful purchase of Ryan Babel that same summer. Now without further ado, let's jump straight in. Number 10, 2007-2008 Winter Window. Liverpool's transfer business in January 2008 included one major incoming and one major exit. The 23-year-old centre-back Martin Skrtel was acquired for just £6.5 million from Zenit St. Petersburg, and the Slovakian international would be a constant presence in the team throughout his 8.5 years at Anfield. He was eventually sold to Fenerbahce for £5.5 million in 2016 after making 320 appearances in all competitions with Liverpool, per Transfer Market. Meanwhile, Mohamed Sissoko was a signing that hadn't quite worked out, so the Reds cashed in on the Malian midfielder, making a tidy profit out of a deal with Italian giants, Juventus. This was a sign of things to come in future years when it came to the club offloading surplus players for the maximum amount of money. 2007-2008 Winter Window. Notable arrivals: Martin Skrtel, £6.5 million. Notable departures: Mohamed Sissoko, £8.25 million. Number 9, 2020-21 Summer Window. The COVID-19 pandemic was a difficult time for all football clubs and had a major impact on many clubs financially, although for Liverpool, it remained business as usual. They made several big additions to a team that had swept to the league title the season before. The Reds splashed out £41 million on Wolves' Diogo Jota, whose versatility and eye for goal made him an incredible useful member of Liverpool's squad, while Thiago's creativity added an extra dimension to Liverpool's midfield after he was procured from Bayern Munich for just £20 million. Kostas Tsimikas was also brought in as a more than capable deputy to Andy Robertson, while outgoings included Dejan Lovren, who had long since fallen out of favour at Anfield, and unfancied youngsters Ryan Brewster and Kijana Hover, who were sold for handsome sums. 2020-21 Summer Window. Notable arrivals: Diogo Jota, £41 million, Thiago, £20 million, Kostas Tsimikas, £11.75 million. Notable departures: Ryan Brewster, £18 million, Dejan Lovren, £10.9 million, Kijana Hover, £9 million, Adam Lallana, free, Nathaniel Klein, free. Number 8, 2022-23 Winter Window. The only piece of business of Liverpool's 2023 winter window was the surprise acquisition of Cody Gakpo. The Dutch attacker was being closely monitored by Man United after his stunning performances at the 2022 World Cup, but Jurgen Klopp's side managed to steal in ahead of their arch-rivals. After being poached from PSV Eindhoven for a fee of £37 million, Gakpo took a short while to get going at Anfield, but eventually ended the season with 7 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League. He rubbed salt into United's wounds when he scored twice in a 7-0 humbling of the Red Devils in March 2023, which will have made every penny paid worth it to most Red supporters. 2022-23 winter window. Notable arrivals: Cody Gakpo, £37 million. Notable departures: none. Number 7, 2005-2006 winter window. The Reds were relatively busy in the transfer market during January 2006. They picked up young defender Daniel Agger, who would go on to make 232 appearances across 8.5 years with Liverpool, and also agreed a swap deal with Villarreal, which saw them exchange Josemi for fellow right-back Jan Kromkamp, who never settled at Anfield but was sold for a decent fee just 8 months later. However, the signing that excited Liverpool fans most was the return of legendary striker Robbie Fowler on a free transfer from Manchester City, after he was sold to Leeds United in an unpopular deal in 2001. The man the Kop simply christened as God spent another 18 months at Anfield, making 39 appearances and scoring 12 goals. 2005-06 winter window. Notable acquisitions: Robbie Fowler, free; Daniel Agger, £5.8 million, Jan Kromkamp, swap. Notable departures: Josemi, swap. Number 6, 2016-17 summer window. In Jurgen Klopp's first summer window as Liverpool boss, multiple players that would go on to be key figures in his all-conquering team were purchased. The incredibly talented forward Sadio Mane arrived from Southampton for £36 million, energetic midfielder Jorginho Wijnaldum left relegated Newcastle United for £23 million, and commanding centre-back Joel Matip arrived on a free transfer after his Schalke contract expired. Those 3 signings elevated the Reds to a whole new dimension, and they were also able to raise funds that summer through a fire sale of unwanted players including Christian Benteke, Joe Allen, Martin Skrtel, and Jordan Ibe. It would have been an almost perfect window for the Reds if not for the acquisition of Loris Karius to be their first-choice goalkeeper, which plunges it down this list. 2016-17 summer window. Notable arrivals: Sadio Mane, £36 million, Jorginho Wijnaldum, £23 million, Loris Karius, £4.7 million, Ragnar Klavan, £4.2 million, Joel Matip, free. Notable departures: Christian Benteke, £27 million, Jordan Ibe, £15 million, Joe Allen, £11 million, Martin Skrtel, £5.5 million, Luis Alberto, £4.3 million. Number 5, 2021-22 winter window. Sadio Mane was unquestionably the standout signing of the previous window on the list, spending 6 immensely fruitful seasons with Liverpool before departing in the summer of 2022. The Reds shrewd business 6 months before that meant they already had a ready-made replacement on their books. The club hierarchy were fully aware the Senegalese international was not going to extend his contract, which was entering its final year, and so recognized the time had come to cash in on the 30-year-old. As a result, explosive winger Luis Diaz was signed from Porto in January and grabbed 4 goals and 3 assists in his debut half-season, with his arrival paving the way for Mane to join Bayern Munich in the summer for £27.5 million. 2021-22 winter window. Notable arrivals: Luis Diaz, £47 million. Notable departures: none. Number 4, 2023-24 summer window. The summer of 2023 was a busy one for Liverpool as they addressed an issue that been apparent in their side for a while. Their entire aging midfield was overhauled, with Fabinho and club captain Jordan Henderson sent packing to Saudi Arabia, while James Milner, Naby Keita, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and fans' favourite Roberto Firmino all left on free transfers. In their places came 4 new midfielders, with Dominic Szoboszlai being the biggest name, both literally and reputation-wise, to arrive on Merseyside, along with Alexis Mac Allister, Ryan Gravenberch and Wataru Endo were also signed, giving the Reds' midfield a whole new look. Another huge positive was the club resisting the temptation to cash in on Mohamed Salah, who was the subject of a record-breaking offer from Al Ittihad. 2023/24 summer window. Notable arrivals: Dominic Szoboszlai, £60 million, Alexis Mac Allister, £35 million, Ryan Gravenberch, £34.2 million, Wataru Endo, £16.2 million. Notable departures: Fabinho, £40 million, Jordan Henderson, £12 million, Roberto Firmino, free, James Milner, free, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, free, Naby Keita, free. Number 3, 2012-13 winter window. This list has been dominated by Jurgen Klopp's tenure, but making the top 3 is an outstanding window under the stewardship of Brendan Rodgers. The Reds felt they needed to bolster their attacking options, and so made 2 very astute purchases. Daniel Sturridge was signed for £12 million and would go on to score a staggering 35 goals over 49 appearances in his first 18 months at Anfield as he formed a formidable strike partnership with Luis Suarez. An even bigger bargain came in the form of Philippe Coutinho, who joined from Inter Milan for just £8.5 million and ended up becoming Liverpool's most expensive ever sale 5 years later. 2012-13 winter window. Notable arrivals: Daniel Sturridge, £12 million, Philippe Coutinho, £8.5 million. Notable departures: Joe Cole. Number 2, 2017-18 summer window. During the summer of 2017, Liverpool made arguably their best signing of the Premier League era. Unfancied during his time at Chelsea, Mohamed Salah was in red-hot form when he joined the Reds from Roma for £43.9 million and would become the Reds' top goal scorer in Premier League history after just 6 years at Anfield. That summer, Jurgen Klopp's side also paid just £10 million to sign Andy Robertson, who played a pivotal role in the Reds winning both the Premier League and Champions League. The Reds also sealed the signature of Arsenal's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who had a part to play during a successful 6 years with the club, and also managed to shift Mamadou Sakho for a very healthy sum of money, but better yet was still to come later that season. 2017-18 summer window. Notable arrivals: Mohamed Salah, £43.9 million, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, £40 million, Andy Robertson, £10 million, Dominic Solanke, free. Notable departures: Mamadou Sakho, £24 million, Lucas Leiva, £5 million, Kevin Stewart, £4 million. Number 1, 2017-18 winter window. By January 2018, Liverpool's team was getting there, but Jurgen Klopp recognized that their defense still wasn't up to par with the rest of Europe's elite, and he had just the man in mind to fix that issue. Virgil van Dijk was signed for a then club record fee of £75 million from Southampton at the start of the winter window. In order to fund this hefty purchase, the aforementioned Philippe Coutinho, signed for just £8.5 million in 2013, was sold to Barcelona for an enormous fee that could have potentially risen to £142 million. The Brazilian failed to hit the heights at the new camp that he had with the Reds. Meanwhile, Van Dijk quickly became arguably the best centre-back in the world, helping the Reds to Premier League and Champions League success and taking on the captain's armband in the summer of 2023. 2017-18 winter window. Notable arrivals: Virgil van Dijk, £75 million. Notable departures: Philippe Coutinho, £105 million. Let us know what you think about the entire thing in the comments section below. Additionally, stay tuned and subscribe to this YouTube channel for the latest news and updates from around the world. We sign out.